Hi, Pisces. Again, we do it again. This is the fifth time I'm doing your reading. I have another video for you that I'm going to actually add as a bonus video just because the content is a little bit more so regarding a lot of heavy financial woes and dealing with the self in regard to how we're like overspending. And there's just a lot of really deep stuff going on over there with that one. And I didn't want to just put that out for you, Pisces, just because I felt like it may have felt like you would have been slighted, because most of the readings that I deal with are relationship related, whether it be love, dissolve, frankness with ourselves, self-worth, those types of messages often come through my readings. But I want to give you another reading just because I think it's important, and hopefully we're able to pull out some information for you. So we have the Hierophant coming out. We have the Six of Wands. Show me more for Pisces. I'm sorry about the glare. Hopefully there isn't much. It's daytime and the window is making lights. And so I brought out my little rainbow makers, but the sun went away now. Show me Pisces. Those are the cards that are coming out. You have the Five of Swords in reverse with the Hermit. Give me two more for Pisces, please. Give me two more for Pisces. Okay. So you have the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Swords. Interesting. At the bottom, because I have these decks split from where I took those off, at the bottom we have the King of Cups and we have the Page of Cups. Some of you may be dealing with somebody who could be wanting a little bit more from you in regard to conversation, communication, something that you're going to have to look at a person's, I guess, previous experience with this person. Could be dealing with a Taurus, a Virgo, but what I'm feeling is like you may have moved away from, okay, so this is how I'm seeing it, and it's two ways. Is it two ways? Okay, let's not worry about that. So you have it's an energy where it's like, I feel like you've already moved away from this. You've done a fair amount of processing in regard to some situation with a person. I feel somebody that you felt very connected to, somebody that you wanted to give some sort of, like you wanted something very strong with this person, like a full-on relationship that could lead to something potential longevity, lifetime relationship with somebody. And it feels like you're having to look in on maybe a change in regard to what's happened in that situation, or like what happened with it a while ago, because it feels like you've moved away from this. It may have been something that you very much wanted here, but due to problems, manipulation, somebody not being forthright, everything not being in the forefront. Like, I think that that's something that you're having to look into now. And part of me feels like, because it's interesting. Okay. These two cards, the Hierophant and the Six of Swords, when they came out initially, they came out in reverse. And I, for some reason, flipped them upright. And for some reason, I always leave your cards how they come out. But something literally just was like, no, this way and this way. So I feel in this weird way, the reason for that happening was because it's showing me the different perspectives in regard to you and this person, and where you're at within this situation, or where you have been in this situation within yourselves. It's more of like a personal energy versus something that's like outwardly manifested. I feel here that you were very much interested in committing or giving yourself a fair amount of yourself over to this person, but you've had to leave this exchange, you've had to leave this experience for some reason. It may be, again, like I said, this person possibly did not value you in the situation, didn't have full transparency with you, is what I'm picking up. um, and now these two cards in reverse, okay? It feels that person may have been possibly in a situation with somebody and that's over. It feels like there's an energy where there's, okay, how do I feel that? I feel like a longing. I feel longing to be like near you, with you, hearing you, something like that. Something, it's easier on the skin, or like it feels better on my skin. I don't know. I feel like this person wants you to touch them. And I don't mean that in a creepy, overtly sexual way. I'm talking about like literally to lay an arm on them or a hand on them and just, they want to feel you. It's like the one thing that would satiate something here. That's what I'm feeling, and that's frustrating me. So, why is it frustrating? Yeah, no, okay. Too much confusion. It's too much confusion. It's like you've gone away from this situation. You've been able to really piece together part of yourself where it's like you grew into an aspect of yourself that you may have not known from at this point in regard to this person, or they were like a catalyst for that type of change and movement. I feel movement. And when I say movement, I'm not talking about like, stretching and touching your toes. I'm talking about there's a movement that's happening for you on your behalf, and you are the one like changing things to create that movement in your life. And it's happening on your behalf. Like you just have to assist it. That's, I think, part of the energy too that I'm picking up from that other bonus video with the financial stuff. But what I'm speaking to here is not necessarily in a financial capacity. So, yeah, I feel like here you have a situation where, you're going to receive communication, or you may be in communication now. I feel here too, some of you are like unblocking somebody. Okay, this is weird. Like not everybody's like blocked somebody, but some of you feel like you're unblocking somebody. And it's not necessarily because you want to talk to them. It's just almost like you've unblocked somebody because basically keeping them blocked, unless they were like physically abusive to you, like just out of spite or anger on your part, like keeping them blocked. It's almost as if some of you realize that that's not actually going to be beneficial for you. And like for you to actually heal, you have to understand that this person no longer has power over you or control over you. And like by you having to block them basically shows you how much of a part that they play in your life. Like it feels here like you're unblocking somebody because it benefits you. It benefits you on a personal level of like awareness in regard to how affected you are by this person. And it's like you're even if you don't feel it, it's almost like, well, I'm going to do that anyhow because I don't want to feel affected by this person in some weird way. But it feels like there's going to be communication, and there's going to be you in your head about things, evaluating all of this. But I think you've graduated in a significant way, because there's something about you that feels like you've, in this progression, have like grown spiritually. And that's not hard to feel through, Pisces. You actually feel very powerful in regard to your knowledge and acceptance. Okay. So the acceptance factor is something that is resounding right now. I feel, okay, I'm getting this like visual of like a water, I don't know, it's like this gigantic sculpture that like shoots out water and has lights, and like it's very beautiful, and it's orchestrated to like music, and people are all outside dancing around it, splashing in the sunshine and like the water. It's cleansing, it's happy, it's fun, but like the change is that it's, and like the picture that I'm getting is like being able to dance in that, being able to be cleared in that, be free in that, but also it's putting the emphasis like, what the fuck am I talking about? Why is it like going into this picture? It's super happy. It's super happy energy. You're like moving. Okay, so you're growing, you're moving into something absolutely better. Okay, okay, so the lights and the excitement, that's when, okay, so some of this is going, for some of you, this is going to be clarity. It's interesting. It's like you're taking this person off of block with the intention that you came to about like, it holds too much power over me if I have to maintain this block. Like I just want to unblock you and let you go because I don't need to have any control or fear or anything tethered to you. Is that done? Fuck. Okay. So it was good. Like it was not it was a very uncomfortable situation for what it was, but in letting it go and seeing it for what it was, it's like you bring such a light and air to yourself, you know, and like it cleans you out, it cleanses you out. It feels very helpful in that regard. And, you know, one thing that I really want to say here, Pisces, is whomever you're dealing with, honestly, it feels like they've gone through a lot. And I think in some of your cases, some of you, not all of you, but some of you, it's almost as if you have compassion for them. It's almost as if you have compassion for what they've been through or are maybe currently going through. And I feel like some of them aren't really going to give you the full scoop here. It's like you have to question it because so much of your experience with this person has been in a state of question. Even for some of you, even the relationship itself has been in a state of question, so much of it. Okay. So yeah, it's like you have this communication and then you have energy where it's like, okay, I don't think I need to do this. I mean, some of you, I feel that like confusion, but for some of you, I don't think it's going to be that confusing. Honestly. Show me the Hierophant here for Pisces. So you have the Fool. Show me the Six of Swords. High Priestess. And the Queen of Cups. It's that compassion for this person and what they've done and been through. Deep looks. Show me who, and like looking into their eyes. There's something about their eyes. I'm like getting a pair of brown eyes, but some of you, who knows? But for what I'm feeling, it's like there's something about their eyes that, I don't know. It's like it's the deep connecting factor. Show me the Hermit. Sometimes if I'm in somebody's presence, it's their presence that I feel very connected to. Sometimes deep eye contact is not the easiest for a lot of people, but there's something about this person's eyes that feel very, I don't know, like it pulls me in, it draws me in, it captivates me, but also I think what I'm seeing is fear. Like I can see fear in their eyes, and it's not like fear of me, it's what they're going through, what they've been through. There's something very traumatic here for this person, Pisces. Or has been traumatic, dramatic, arduous, like an arduous situation that they've been dealing with here. Show me the, okay, Two of Cups for the Eight of Wands. And then the Eight of Swords. Show me the Eight of Swords, please, for Pisces. Okay. So you have strength crossed with the, here I'll put them next to each other. The Ten of Swords in reverse, and at the bottom of the deck you have the Queen of Wands. So, all right. This person wants something new here. But I feel also this person wanted something new with somebody from the past before. That's what it feels like to me. It's like this back and forth pull. And maybe that's what they kept for so long secret. Maybe that's what was, it's almost as if they kept something so secret that it just like became, non-existent. It just, they completely made it secret and then turned their back to it and like went in the other direction in regard to what they wanted with somebody else. And I think you've had enough of that. I think, that's a lesson for them. But then in your own right, it's like you have the Hierophant, the Fool, the High Priestess, and you're moving away from the situation. It's like whatever it is that you've now attained as far as knowledge or personal shift, growth, wisdom, is basically propelled you to choose calmer waters, easier situations. And I don't mean like you're just, you can't handle a difficult situation, Pisces. That's not at all what I mean. You guys are the best in that. But it feels like you need to retreat. It feels like you need to be with yourself and be very comfortable there. And I feel like you're getting to that point, Pisces. In regard to looking into this person and what they are about, I feel also, while you've had to do a fair amount of understanding in regard to what this left you feeling like, this person has to now take that into consideration, and also what they've done in their previous situation. I feel that there's like some trailing effect here. There's like, it's like that person brings some of that situation to your situation. Like if you're ever trying to get involved with somebody who you love, or like you're trying to start a new relationship, you have to let the past go. And for this person to like it, what I'm feeling is like they have past person residue on them. So it's like they have another energy that they're still entrenched in. They're still feeding. They're still, giving that type of energy too. It feels like they're having to look at that or recognize it. I don't know if they are or not, but I think you recognize it, and you recognize that that's not really the way to build a foundation. It's not really the way to stabilize a home or have an equal partner. I see two queens here, Pisces. This may be a same-sex relationship. It doesn't have to be. But I see two queens here, and I feel in certain ways like these two queen energies, the Queen of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, I feel that that's like actually more your personal energy in this reading, Pisces. I feel like there is a fair amount of compassion, but again, it's already turned to self. It's like that self type of compassion, self-worth, self-value, and kind of like looking at where you're at personally right now. I feel again that this situation has really changed a lot of you and your perspectives in regard to your personal self, how you view other people, how you view the potential of other relationships, how you value and I guess understand your love, the depths of your love, where your love can take you, where your love shouldn't take you, where you give into your love. Like there's like all of these positive and toxic things to kind of piece together and recognize. And I think that you're essentially having to do that because it all kind of pivots around stability. Stability seems to be a very heavily themed aspect in this reading for you in particular, Pisces. Now, I don't know if that's connecting back to the other reading, the bonus reading, but what I'm feeling here, Pisces, is that there's an energy where it's like you're more so set on the idea of doing what you need to do in your life right now, or you're more so set on the idea of changing your stability, your home, something very stable here, something that kind of, it's not just your home, your stability. It's something that kind of, I don't know, grounds you in a way from this point forward. And I think that a lot of you have been searching for that or looking for that particular type of grounding. And it seems to have, it's like some of you are on it and some of you are like right at the tip of it. But I think it's important to ground yourself most definitely. Some of you may benefit from listening to the Aquarius video. That was put out a couple days ago. There's a big shift in there for Aquarius, but you may be benefited by that as well. If you choose to view it, it's just swap out Aquarius and slap in Pisces. So, and in regard to this too, that your decision to move forward in these types of ways causes you to it's value, it's having compassion on yourself because of what you've been through and you've moved away from. I hope this reading is making sense. It feels a little bit like a little all over the place right now. I don't know why. Have some water. Yeah, it's like you're holding out for what you really want. Maybe at some point it was this person, but I think in regard to what you're at or where you're at, you have other things that you've already begun, and you have things coming to you. It's like you're already in motion, Pisces. I want to flip these cards around, the Hierophant and the Six of Swords, put them in reverse here. It's like, I feel this person may have kept you as a secret, and they're coming back to the secret now, but with having coming back to you, they have to communicate what they've been with, or where they've been. I feel it's a failed relationship, and it's something that they tried to go back to a long time ago. For this night, Hermit and the Five of Swords to be in reverse, I feel like this person was very quiet, sly fox is what I'm coming to. Sly fox, very deceptive, very quick thinking, nimble deception. Nimble deception. Ugh, that's not a good quality. It's not a great trait. Nimble deception. Okay, so very quick on their toes in regard to how they clipped your wings. Clipped your wings. Okay, how they clipped your wings. This person here wants to communicate about your connection, okay? This Two of Cups is talking about that. It's somebody who wants to tell you, and I also really think too here, it's somebody that wants to tell you about the connection that they had with somebody else. I think that's a realization here. There's some aspect of that where we have to really look in with what has been presented and what is now being presented by this person coming back. They have to open that up, and that's hard for them, but I think you already understand or know. And I also think here too, part of you is like, hey, listen, I have other things coming. I have things that I've worked on. I have things that I've worked on for myself because I know they're emotionally helpful, and they're coming. This situation I've had to let this go, and now you're back, but it draws me to feel uncomfortable. That's not the type of situation you want to be in, Pisces. You don't want to be in relationships or situationships that are uncomfortable. So I think some of you are needing to have patience, more so patience with yourself, though. I think it's easy to jump into assumptions of so daydreaming and daydreaming, reminiscing, hoping, this hopeful, weird, like that hypnotic type of, how do you say it? It's like a hypnotic type of energy that you're in, or could be in. And I think that that's the fear of the mind. It's like, am I going to get suckered into this with them again, or some sort of energy like that, where it's worried about that kind of stuff. If it's not worried about that kind of stuff, I would definitely say you're worried about something, and it doesn't seem easy to let yourself get out of it. Yeah, you have the Ace of Wands in reverse with the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is you being very conscious of what you will and will not accept from a person with information that they bring you. What is it? The Queen of Swords is somebody she's been through so much in her experience that she is exhausted by people and their bullshit, and it's not just this one experience. It's over and over and over again. The relationships this queen tends to be in, or has been in the past, have taught her to basically look at all of the truth and what a person presents themselves as, and that is their merit. That is how you judge them, and don't say, oh, I don't judge them. We all judge everything. We judge everything. You have to judge. You use judgment every day. Oh, Queen of Pentacles under there. So in regard to this, I feel like you are very strong in your conviction in regard to wanting the truth from this person. You want to, this is not accepting a new beginning. The Ace of Wands talks about a new beginning. I think here, though, you're more concerned that you're going to be somebody who's going to just be used as like a sexual partner, and there's not really going to be any stability here. That's what I feel. Yeah. So the communication is to you. Ace of Pentacles at the bottom, or Page of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Wands here is about communication. It's about travel. Some of you may be at a distance from this person. You have the Six of Swords and the Eight of Wands here. These are cards of travel, movement. This is also another card of travel, the Three of Wands. And sometimes travel as well with the Fool. But here you have somebody that needs to communicate to you their energy, their love, their connection. You have somebody here who's, I think, very hurt by what they've done, Pisces, and very hurt by what they've done with somebody else. I feel that there's, for some reason, this person is having a very difficult time like expressing how they truly feel here. That's what it feels like. Yeah, I mean, even just in the imagery, look at the lovers here. These two faces do not look happy. They look so like the dude. He doesn't look, the woman looks kind of like she's thinking about it, but whatever. The guy doesn't feel right here to me. And I don't mean that like, oh, he's a liar. He's just, he doesn't feel like he's having a very easy time right now processing any of this or being part of it even. Okay, show me the Two of Cups. Okay. So you have the Three of Wands. Let me put them sideways because that's how they came out. Queen of Swords. Queen of Pentacles again. This is conversations with this person. It feels like are coming back to, because I want you, they love you. And at the bottom of the deck, under that Queen of Pentacles, you have the Hangman. They've gone back so much and so much here that it's almost pointless at this point within themselves. Like, they've taken too much time. I feel that there's an energy here with the Three of Wands where it was something that you wanted terribly. It was something that you wanted terribly, and you had to move away from that. You had to let it go, you know. And you have to communicate that to them. I think that this is this person here wanting a new beginning, a new stable beginning, but I don't know if this is something that provides you with stability, Pisces. I really think that that's going to be for you and your judgment. I can't make that decision for you. Some of you, it's where it's like, okay, this person is legit. I really want this. Each situation is different. You're all in different situations, even though the thread is similar. There's an energetic thread that happens here within tarot that kind of guides the energy for this particular situation, you know. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but what I'm feeling is like you guys are, I don't even think on the fence right now. I think that you're just more concerned with what you need to do in your life to make yourself better, like better in all regards. That's not bad. So I think also here with the Hangman too, like it's important to allow this person to speak. If they are going to speak to you, it feels like there's going to be some conversation here. I mean, the Queen of Swords, she's about discernment and, you know, logic and so many detachments and so many different things, but she's also an energy of communication, because she's, how do we often, I mean, aside from reading something, how do we get communication? We get communication through communication. So one-on-one conversations, this is about that energy. Maybe you being very real with somebody. They might be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, but it's being very real with somebody and the direction that you want to take this, whether this be on your own or with this person. I feel a lot of you are going to be on your own. And I feel a lot of you are coming out of this in a certain way. A lot of you are going to be very confused by this, though, just because I feel that there's going to be, as much as this person's expressing love, I think that there's also an energy here where you have a very deep connection to them. And There's part of you that still loves them, even though you love yourself enough to let it go. Some of you aren't letting it go. It feels it's going to be 50-50 or how many ever, 75-25, whatever it is. I feel like more of you are not choosing to be in this. That's what I feel. Show me the Queen of Pentacles. Justice. So this person bringing truth, you might be dealing with an earth sign. Yeah, we've got the King of Swords at the bottom of the deck. So this is a person that's coming up as a partner. Okay. Now we have a couple, you know, the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords. This is somebody, but no matter what, in this particular spread, the way that they're presented here, they still have their backs to each other. Here's the Queen, here's the King. They still have their backs to each other. So it's like they're not, and what's between them is honesty. What's between them is the necessity for honesty and fixing it. But considering that this came out with the Justice card at the bottom of the deck, you know, I feel that this is the male's part to go ahead and fix this. So we'll leave the Justice on. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to put the male back in the deck, but he's presented here because he's at the bottom of the deck for that. Show me the Queen of Cups. Yeah, for the Queen of Cups, you have the Seven of Swords, Five of Swords in reverse up there. And you have the Page of Wands, Page of Rods. So this is somebody communicating with you about what they've done, what experience that they have contributed. This is somebody that you already know. It could be somebody you have children with. That's somebody from your past. Somebody that you have a long-standing history with, or it was very much, if it wasn't a long-standing history, it was a situation that absolutely felt like you were so connected to this person. It was like immediate connection to this person. And I think some of you are going to be very hard pressed to get out of that feeling. And that may be where this strength is needing to come from. That may be where this patience is needing to come from, because it's like you need to examine your emotions about this person at a deeper level. It feels like for some of you need to. Some of you are just saying, no, you've had enough. Show me the Five of Swords in reverse for Pisces. For the Five of Swords in reverse, you have the Hangman in reverse. So he's coming out again, this time in reverse. The Hangman in reverse is essentially, it is no longer needing to think about something or be emotionally vested in something, because you have now understood pretty much the ins and outs of how it works and how it applies to your life, and where maybe, you know, you've had to take a little break because of what you've been feeling with this person, with this Five of Swords in reverse. Like, it's like you had to find your own clarity within the situation initially. And if this person comes back, I feel that they have to bring some level of clarity. But I also think there's an energy here with the Hangman in reverse, with the Five of Swords in reverse, with the Seven of Swords here. It's like, can I trust them? Are they honest? Is that going to be how it is? Like, you know? So I don't think so. Show me the Six of Swords. I know it's in reverse. We're going to read it both ways. Show me the Six of Swords. Show me the Six of Swords for Pisces. Okay. So you have the Four of Wands in reverse. Four of Wands in reverse with the Eight of Cups at the bottom of the deck. The Four of Wands reverse is essentially, and like this is the situation with this person. Okay, so this is going back to them and what they're leaving. It's like somebody here feels like they had something more, or they were trying to tend to something more, give to something more. It may have already been an existing relationship, especially here with the Four of Wands and the Hierophant together. I feel that this was a situation that failed for them, and they've had to let it go. You know, but within that same breath, it's like they're trying to come back to you, and this needs to open up. It needs to be honest. They don't have, what it takes right now to be in a relationship. Even if you really truly do love this person and you feel that you can, do this again, or you choose to do this again, I really I really do. I really want to suggest to you to really evaluate it for what it is and be true in yourself in regard to where this person is at considering the situation that they've been in or the relationship that they've been in. Some of them may have children, some of them may not. What is this? King of Swords popping out again. Yeah, this person has to communicate with you. The person that they walked away from is over, but now they're walking towards you. But they walked away from you to go to that. Because of that, the card fell off, and it's the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. They left you because what they thought they were getting was this. Ten of Cups denotes an energy of like emotional satisfaction, fulfillment. Eight of Cups is having to leave something because it's not emotionally or satisfactory in some regard, some pretty significant regards. So, show me the Hierophant in reverse for Pisces. You have the Tower in reverse. Yeah, this is something where we are having a very difficult time letting go of something. It's like the Six of Swords in reverse is where we're having a problem, having a hard time letting go of something, releasing a problem in a relationship, releasing a relationship, getting away from the situations that are ugly. It's having to come back to them for some reason. With the Tower in reverse, you also have an energy where you need to be mindful of how you're so connected to something, and like this person, I feel, was very connected to the situation that they were in. They had to have been. I mean, you have the Four of Wands here with that in reverse. Like, this is a dissolve of a partnership, a home. Like, it may have been the dissolve of a marriage. It may be here in regard to this Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Justice in the middle. Like, this is literally justice in the middle. Like, this may have been a divorce in regard to this person that you've been dealing with. They may also been dealing with a earth sign or a water sign. I feel there's an energy here where they may be a water sign though too, or an earth sign, Pisces. But I feel like this person has done a lot in a lot of ways. Some intentional, some unintentional, and it's bitten them in the butt. And I think you, in certain ways, for a lot of you, are going to have a lot of compassion on this person and just like, let it go. Show me the Fool. So for the Fool, you have the Two of Cups. Interesting, with Judgment at the bottom of the deck. Yeah, this is about judgment in regard to what you want to do here. This person, I feel, is back. I feel that they've also been dealing with something very considerable, where in the past they felt that this thing that they were in was going to bring them happiness, like I said with that Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck a few cards ago. But like, some of you have already moved on. Like, you've done a lot of work in regard to how to let this go. I don't know. It feels like there's some of you that are like, I really want this. Do you though? Like, consider how you've been treated. Consider everything that you've gone through here, Pisces. Do you really? Like, do you really? I mean, it is the Eight of Swords. It's where we create stories and fictions in our mind. And sometimes those are too self-soothed because they play to a narrative that is really, important for us to feel so we can heal from something. It's like we kind of have to tweak the truth to be, to feel it, or like to get to the point where we can heal from it, but don't tweak it too much. So you're like continually telling yourself stories that aren't real, like, don't believe what isn't real just because it's in your head and you've been feeling it. Don't believe that it's not real. Our brain is a very, very amazing tool, and it can torture us beyond belief. Show me the High Priestess here for Pisces. Show me the High Priestess for Pisces. High Priestess for Pisces. No. You have the Ace of Cups and the Five of Cups. The Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. And there's 2 that fell on the ground and they are not visible to me, so I need to pick them up. And 3 of them. Okay. So you have the 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Cups in reverse, and you have the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. So you have somebody, first of all, it came out with the backsides up, so it's back to me. Information being hidden, information being kept quiet beneath everything. Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck. Here we have somebody who, what's that word? Excluded you from love so they could go to something else. But here with these 5 of Cups, they went to something that wasn't really going to last, and they've had to let it go, and all has been lost, except they have these 2 cups in the back of their mind. They have you on the mind. But it's like, how do you fix this, right? The 3 of Pentacles in reverse communicates an energy where we just aren't interested in working together with somebody. It's like, you don't seem like you, you don't bring much to the table as far as what I need. Then you have the King of Cups in reverse, which is kind of a slippery card in regard to the energy that's presented here. This is somebody who's emotionally, they have a hard time communicating emotionally. Like Pisces, you as the Queen of Cups come up into this reading twice. Like you require somebody who is going to be emotionally sound and stable with you. You require the truth on all fronts. Like, you can't make somebody be something if they're presenting like this. And the 6 of Pentacles in reverse, whether it be on your mind or whether it be an actual thing being reintroduced into the connection with you and this person, it's being off balance. It's not having all of the information. It's people potentially giving to other people. Sometimes in reverse, it can talk about not doing that, but you have all these other cards, the 5 of Swords in reverse, the 7 of Swords upright, Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Justice, Tower in reverse, 4 of Wands in reverse, the Hermit. I feel also here, Pisces, you guys need to, like, for those of you who are getting out of this, it's like I don't know, you have a very big change in perspective in regard to how you view yourself. There's something really good about it. Anyways, Pisces, I'm not going to go on here. I feel that this is enough. I feel that you guys have the gist of what I'm talking about. Go ahead and show me a Nocturna for Pisces. You have Slug, Dawn, Badger. I may not be able to get to all of these because it's going to cut off very soon. So, fuck, where's Slug? Yeah, I don't know. I probably won't be able to get to all of these. Okay, I can't find Slug in here. I'm sorry. My eyes are not working like that right now. Okay, wait, no, 32. God. This is not meant to be Pisces, clearly. It's 43 in. Okay, steadfastness, pacing, masculine, feminine. Here in the Pacific Northwest, slugs, especially the pictured banana slug, are a very common sight during the fall. The slug encourages us to slow down, which can be difficult in this fast-paced world. It is persistent and focuses on its goal, reaching it at its own pace. It will get there eventually, and it knows it. Slugs are hermaphroditic, making them the perfect balance between masculine and feminine. Oh my God. Okay, great. I'm not going to go into the meanings here, the feeling or the energy. I'm just reading this because this is going to close out very soon. Duality, cycles, and dawn. Dawn is defined at the end of the night when the first light appears in the sky just before sunrise. The mountainous scene in this card was inspired by my 2015 trip to Bali. As part of the trip, we did a sunrise hike up Mount Batur, one of the active volcanoes on the island. We started hiking around 2 in the morning when it was still dark and made it up to the top right before the sun started rising. As I stood at the summit enjoying my hot breakfast and watching the colors appear in the sky, I felt a sense of peace and completion, having overcome a grueling journey. For the creatures of the night, another challenging night has passed, and it is time for us to rest until next sundown. Excellent, Pisces. Let's try and get into Badger, and hopefully we can. Badger. Persistent self-reliance warrior spirit. Badgers are solitary, independent creatures that dig very extensive underground burrow systems for their homes. To badger someone is to bother them with unyielding tenacity. When cornered, badgers can be very fearless, able to fend off predators much larger than them.